Right, next tonight, the latest of our election battleground specials. Tonight we focus on Norfolk, which is gaining an MP.
It's because the county's population is growing. The new constituency is called Broadland, but the area it covers is far more than just the Broads. And that, as Natalie Gray reports, has ruffled a few feathers.
The market town of Fakenham in Norfolk was thrust into the national limelight after one of its residents described it on a website as
one of the most boring places on earth.
Then a few years later, Country Life described it as
one of the best places to live in Britain.
And all was well again. Until now. You see, there are plenty of folk in Fakenham who are furious at being included in the new parliamentary constituency of Broadland. It's a huge, narrow seat, and it stretches from Fakenham almost to Great Yarmouth, a distance of about 45 miles. The boundary changes mean that the town no longer falls in the North Norfolk constituency, and therefore people can no longer vote for the man who's been their MP here for the last 9 years, Lib Dem Norman Lamb.
He's such a good MP, and he's done a lot for people in this area.
I think that we've always thought of ourselves as North Norfolk, and suddenly to be moved to a different area was a bit of a shock.
I saw we were in Broadland, and I thought, well, we're miles away from the Broads, and it's a different country, really.
Keith Simpson is a military historian who's been a Tory MP for 13 years representing Mid-Norfolk. His old seat has now been split into two, so he finds himself fighting Broadland.
I think they should elect me because I've got a proven track record as a Member of Parliament. I live in the constituency, and I believe that the MP not only helps people within the constituency, but lobbies for them at Westminster.
The Lib Dem candidate is Dan Roper, who's a manager in the probation service. A lifelong Labour Party activist, he defected to the Lib Dems in protest at the invasion of Iraq.
People in this part of Norfolk need an MP who is actually going to lead from the front. It's no good just having somebody who's going to get behind people once they start making a fuss. People want leadership. I've got the energy, I've got the enthusiasm. I can really represent this area in Parliament.
Alison Barron is already deputy leader of the Labour group on Waveney District Council. She's a sport and remedial therapist.
I care for the constituency, I care for the well-being of the constituencies, all of them. The children, the families, all aged. I do care. I believe in the Labour values and the Labour policies, and I do believe that we can offer and will offer a future fair for all.
Stuart Agnew is a free-range egg producer and farmer who's standing for UKIP. He already represents them in Europe after being elected an MEP for the East of England last year.
3 reasons. Our lawmaking should be done by the British people. The second is financial. We spend about £40 million a day in Brussels, which we don't get back again. And the third reason is immigration. Completely out of control. 400 million people can come and live here whenever they want without any check at all.
It's been calculated that had Broadland been part of the 2005 election, the Tories would have had a majority of 6,573 over the Lib Dems. So it ought to be safe for Keith Simpson. Now, elections aren't, of course, for everyone, and some say they produce a lot of hot air, which reminds me, as well as a racecourse, this delightful market town also boasts a museum of gas. Natalie Gray, Anglia News, Norfolk.
And here's the full list of candidates standing in the Broadland constituency in Norfolk. There are 6 in all.
And we're going to have another Battleground 2010 report on our Monday programme. Now then, to a car that's up for sale, that is a perfect example of the term one careful owner, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a 1968 Triumph Herald. Looks brand new. It's only got 88 miles on the clock. Yeah. It had covered only 72 miles in more than 40 years until just a few days ago when the owner drove it here to Anglia
pristine, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
lovely.
in Kings Lynn. Wow, that's shiny.
It's one of dozens of classic cars up for sale tomorrow. Oh, you're going to like this one.
That one.
Including this rather lovely 1955 Jaguar XK140, but this is one you're going to really like. An American Thunderbird convertible. There it is. Fans of the film Thelma and Louise may recognise
as their... Not that one.
That's an Austin Morris, that one. But the other one. The other one you like.
I'd love that car. That's expected to go for about 16 grand. I'm thinking if I cut back on food and clothing...
For a couple of weeks? Yeah. That should just about do. Of course, yes, not more than a couple of weeks.
And you can see a full report on that auction on our website, itv.com/Anglia.
You can see plenty more cars on there and an interview with the owner of the auction house as well.
OK, here's what's coming up on the rest of the ITV News Hour. Mark Austin has details of more on our top story tonight.
They look great pictures, actually, don't they? Now then, we always enjoy looking forward to the weather forecast, don't we? But today especially, because...
This weekend is going to be a corker, apparently. Here's Amanda with all the details.
The Anglia weather. Sponsored by Anglian Home Improvements.
Hello and good evening. Well, it has been a gorgeous sunny day across the region today, and it's been feeling very mild out here too. Temperatures in some parts reached highs of 16 degrees, and it's about to get even warmer over this weekend. But in the meantime, before we get to the weekend, let's take a look at tonight. And it's fairly quiet out there. It will be dry with clear skies, although not quite as cold as last night. Overnight lows dipping to around 3 degrees, so hopefully no problems with any frost. Now that takes us into a glorious start to the day tomorrow. Lots of sunshine around and feeling quite mild out there first thing. Then as we go into the afternoon, wall-to-wall sunshine right across the region, so a great day to get those barbecues going and feeling quite pleasant too. Now temperatures slightly cooler along the coast. We've still got that sea breeze with us, so we're looking at highs in the east of around 14 degrees, whereas further inland you can expect highs of 17 degrees. 17 is 63 in Fahrenheit. Now, moving on to Sunday, it starts off fine and dry again. A lot of sunshine on offer, and it's feeling very mild out there too. So if you are taking part in the marathon, then you can expect highs of 19 degrees, so maybe feeling a little bit humid out there too. Now, it's later on in the day. We will see a bit more clouds spilling into the region, perhaps 1 or 2 showers for the west there, but elsewhere staying fine and dry with lots of sunshine. Now, moving on to the new week then, high pressure is building again, so that means more fine and dry weather across our region, light winds and feeling very pleasant. By the time we get to Tuesday, we're looking at highs of around 21 degrees, that's 70 in Fahrenheit, so very warm indeed, so you will need to pop that sunscreen on. Anyway, that's all from me. Whatever you're doing this weekend, have a good one, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
The Anglia weather, sponsored by Anglian Home Improvements.
Oh, not just the weekend, the whole 5 days look pretty smashing.
I know, absolutely spectacular. Have a lovely weekend.
Yeah, we'll
from
see you
us
on
to
Monday.
Yep, we'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.